Hey, what's up? What's up? Okay, that didn't work as planned, but guys, fancy. I got my copper pyramid and my solar plexus bowl. Um, your self esteem, your confidence is being reformatted. If you heard my son, he said, "Get out." He's yelling at something. There was an old energy that needed to get out. You could have noticed it bubbling to the surface, or you could be noticing when you go around people, when you're in a really high, happy energy, they could lash out, say crazy things, complain a lot. I feel very guided to share this. Me and my son went to Walmart to pay rent, and there was a guy behind us showed up. I'm pretty nice. I'll give people a nice, back and forth for a second, because now that I know how energy works, I can pick up on it. And this was probably one of the most obvious. I don't know if it's because I'm more aware of what's going on in with energies and my own power and how it works now. So one, we started interacting. He said something. I was talking to my son, and he just kept trying to interject when I'm having a conversation with my son. So after I had to put up a wall, like, hey, I'm done talking to you. I'm done sharing with you. And he just kept trying and trying and trying, and I felt it in my nervous system. I felt it in my chakras. It was becoming very chaotic and very like zzz, and that I now know when that happens, that is coming from an external energy, because I've been centered. I was fine. And here's the crazy thing. He kept complaining, like he started cursing. I'm talking like nonstop, like, oh my God, it's so fucking hot. Like, can they move? Can they go? Like, it was like he was put in the what is it, that Iron Maiden, that thing, the case where they would torture people and stuff. And what I started noticing was when I put up my shield and he kept trying, he was attacking me. So my guy, whatever, however you want to describe it, my forces, my defenses that I put in place, because I set intentions for my aura, not, putting my palms up, sweeping my area in the morning, setting intentions. Nobody is allowed with ill intentions or that's trying to take my energy is welcome in without my consent. So when I put up that energetic wall, he started like burning up, and all these like feeling, like, I'm gonna call them demons, because your light irritates their demons. That's why we're always slaying our own demons. We're finding what needs to be healed, what is subconsciously coming up. So I'm gonna wrap this up, but it's really cool. For the first time, I knew what was going on, and I didn't take it personally, because I knew it had nothing to do with me and everything to do with the energy that I hold. And with my son there, it was a good teaching lesson to let him know that there are adults that don't know how to handle their emotions, don't know how to be patient. And that is not something you want to do. People were walking out of line. Somebody that waited there for a very long time that was behind him, I think they were very energetically sensitive because they left. They left with like 3 people left in the line. It got so bad. I held my tongue. I was literally taking just super deep breaths and staying calm and just noticing the energy and what was going on around me and how other people were reacting. And, at Walmart, things happen. Machines, like, they need to call the manager over. Like, it's no big deal. Like, it puts so much pressure on the workers. Like, I can't imagine how much energy harvesting they have to go through. Like, everyday workers, I give so much props to them. Like, cash registers, fast food, cashiers, I don't care. They deal with a lot of passive aggressive energies, and they shouldn't have to. And I'm sure that they have learned how to protect their energy. Maybe some of them, not all of them. But just the looks and how... Did you hear that thunder? So this is my shadow. I just realized I have a huge shadow over here. So your shadow can get really big, and I mean in a powerful way, in a beneficial way, an integrated way. When you go through a lot of stuff and you heal from it, those tragic things that we consider tragedies, trauma, all that, it becomes your protector. It does. And to watch this guy, like, he was sweating, like, and all I just said was like, we got a lot of people in here, carbon dioxide, just calm down, take some breaths. And it was amazing. Like, not to see him go through that, but to me, when I went up to Esmeralda, was her name, the cashier, she told me he never acts like this. This was the kicker. This was the big 555, creating change in people's lives, like in your something about communication. So when she was like, he comes in here all the time, like every Friday with, to do this, and he's never acted like this. Well, he's never ran into somebody like me either. And I feel like you know what I'm talking about. And if you don't, pay attention. Don't take things personally. You have a power, you have a light in you, and it's rising. And people are gonna have to deal with their emotions and how things make them feel. I'm sure when I put up a barrier and was rejecting and not giving him the time of day, that hit something for him, because he's just like, oh, I'm so nice, but I'm just being so nice. It's the nice ones, and I'm nice and kind, that's great. But we gotta stop. We got to stop with the forcing niceness, like people pleasing. Like, I need attention from this person, so I need to be involved in whatever they're doing. Like, it was so unnecessary, and I felt it. And when I put that barrier up, and just watching the unfolding of this was amazing. So I will pull some cards. I feel like this is going to find whoever it needs to find. And if you want to stay for a read, great. I should probably work on the title, because I feel like more people need to understand that this is going to be transpiring, and taking the knowledge and creating wisdom through the experience of an observation, of observing your energy. And again, at the very end, I did make some remarks, but I am learning to not add to that, if that makes sense. Like, they're already going to be invading your boundary if you're setting up these intentions that you will not tolerate any ill will, energy draining, taking your energy without consent or without voluntary. Yes. So I'm happy, because I'm finally like seeing it in play. And like, yeah, but it was a huge invasion. I felt it so intensely, and other people were complaining, and it's like he was in a daze. It was like his demons were just like clouding him. He's just like cussing, like, fuck this, like, you need to move. And when she was like, he's never like that, I was like, whoa. Okay, so pay attention. Pay attention. We are going to pull from, I need to name this thing. You guys should help me name my deck. I don't know. Chunky? Because it's getting chunkier and chunkier. Actually, I need to like split it in half. All right, what is for the best and highest good for the collective that could possibly be going with this energy? Robert Grant, Sacred Geometry. I'm getting Merkaba energy. Signs and symbols. Yeah, this is a potent time for awakening, synchronicities. Wait, what did that say? Spirit communicates through kids, your offspring. So when we ask questions, if you have children, paradigm shift. Dang, I'm keeping all of these. When we are requesting something like an answer from spirit, or we don't see something clearly, pay attention to your children, what they're saying. Maybe they did something that like is really annoying, but it's actually, you'll end up laughing. Like, they'll do something that you would, maybe the past you would have like gotten really irritated, upset. But spirit is communicating and giving you an answer through kids. If you have children, or if you're around children, pay attention, because a lot of the time, especially if they're under 7, they are only channeling what information and lessons are for you. It's really cool. It's really, really cool. Okay, let's keep going. You left with focus and clarity. Show me what I need to see. Interesting. So you left something, but you left with focus and clarity. Show me so you ask Spirit what you need to see. Ooh, and that's coming up underneath signs and symbols, which is a lot of green, heart chakra activation. Watch out for those GMOs. So be careful. This is, yeah, with all this spiritual awakening, sacred geometry, signs and symbols, paradigm shift, this is giving, ooh, kindred spirits. Holy crap. Genie, Texas. Somebody needs to be mindful of what they're putting in their body. Get some activated charcoal and drink it like once a week in some water. That will help flush the metals out of your body, because it's in sodas. It's even in chocolate chip cookie dough. Look at it. There's aluminum in there. 113. So be mindful of what you eat. If you eat things that are grown in the sun, you're eating the sun's energy, which is very active and moving. But if you're doing that, make sure you're grounding and meditating and connecting to earth, because you can fly away or get psychosis or get too much in your head. And in the higher realms, we have to have balance. We need eat some root vegetables. Also, if you're a meat eater, get some really good meat, marinate it. That it's very dense energy and it's grounding. I would look into finding a place that is very humane, or making sure that it doesn't have antibiotics. It all really counts. Every little bit counts, okay? This is a really potent time. I'm seeing it in a lot of places. Things are becoming a lot more clear. And with the 8-8 portal right around the corner, Mercury in retrograde in Leo, and this full moon in Aquarius with the water bear, Yeshua talked about this. The water bear, like if you know astrology and you've read the Bible, you're going to be able to see all the signs and the earthquakes and the volcanoes, everything that's going on right now. It's beautiful, but people can misunderstand the beauty of it. Ineffable. Something is too great, beautiful, or powerful to be expressed in words, or is unspeakable. This paradigm shift. You are about to experience a paradigm shift that leaves you ineffable. Look up the definition. Ineffable means there's nothing you can say to describe the shift that is coming for you, or that you're experiencing. And you're not crazy. You're not crazy at all. You're seeing through many dimensions. That's why grounding and eating healthy is so important. So important. Wow. Shoulder to ear, shoulder to ear. I don't remember why I wrote this. Keep your shoulders away from your ears. And this is a body language that shows that you are, you appear competent. If your ears aren't like this, if they're back and down, like pretend you're trying to pinch a dime right in between your shoulder blades. And it takes a little getting used to. And if you work out, this actually will happen naturally. Or lay down and get some dumbbells and just bring them to the back. It'll help bring it and make it straight. A trainer once told me that, and it always stuck with me, is to pretend there's a dime right there, especially like when you're doing this, because it keeps all of this in the correct form. So be aware, become aware of cues you're giving through body language. Be aware of your body language and be aware of other people's body language. 1414. Ooh. This is something about Robert Grant, or maybe somebody's name is Robert or Grant. You left, and then the shoulder to ear. You might have left a situation because of body language. All right, 3 more, and then we'll move on. Oh my God, children again. There's something here about children. Ask and tell your children the truth about how you feel. So through this process, it is so important to be honest with your children, not trauma dumping, not like, I'm talking about just being vulnerable and honest. I will give an example. Yesterday, I was going through a very dense day. It's been a very upswing, downswing. And I also ate some meat for the first time in a long time. I drank some teas and whatnot, but I had to let him know that I was very incapable of being as happy, joyous, bouncy activities, this and that I usually am. So, or that I was yesterday. So being honest, even with the spiritual awakening, I did not shy away. Now I don't unload on him because then he shuts down, but I do let him know, like, you know, I'm feeling a lot of feelings. Or if he catches me in a deep meditation and I'm purging for the collective, I'm crying, I'm just pouring, like, now he knows what's going on, and he'll come in here and be like, oh, I just wanted to show you this real quick. But he knows that I'm okay. He knows that I'm not sad or something's hurt or that I can't handle it. And it makes him feel very safe and secure that no matter what I might look like, whether it's tears rolling down my face, he knows that I'm equipped and I'm strong and confident enough to not only communicate that to him so that he's not left in the dark, so that he feels safe and okay when he's going through those same situations. Something about you're only afraid because it's unfamiliar. You've grown so much, so acknowledge it. You have come so far, and I feel like this is a gift. Communicating with your kids can be very scary. Just take a moment and find the most simplest way and just be vulnerable and honest, because that way they are vulnerable and honest. It's just very unfamiliar because our parents, our family, weren't raised in a society or home life that valued that, and that is something to value. One more, please. And communicate with your kids what is in these foods so they know. Like, he knows. He'll be like, oh, is it a red on yucca? Does it have toxic poisons in it? I'm not gonna let him be in the dark. He's gonna grow up knowing this, so that he is fully aware and able to make the best decisions with the knowledge he has. Stargazer, blue star. Whoever you are, you must be staring at the Sirius blue star, going out at night, going out in the morning, staring at a star. This is causing a paradigm shift. I can totally relate to this. So if you're doing this, way to go, because you are listening to your intuition, you're listening to your guides, your ancestors, and they are directing you into your next phase. And you could be afraid, but face those fears. When you're feeling it, don't let it dictate where you're going, what you're doing. Go within, sit down, close your eyes, feel the fear. Hey, fear, I feel you. I see you. Where are you coming from? Because you might have already learned this lesson, and it might be some like ancestral residue that is coming back up. I want to elaborate on that a little bit, because that little bit took me 2 years. 2 years. 2 years. And if I would have just taken a moment and been like, wait a minute, I already went through this. Because what I did was accidentally take on somebody's karma unknowingly and let their fears dictate my energy. So please, when I tell you, if something feels like I already did this, I remember this energy, and you'd already gotten through it, send that shit back. Send it away. Cut the cords. It's not yours. Or just acknowledge it and let it pass through and be like, hey, we actually already learned this lesson because blah, 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 blah. And the energy will dissipate. Also, for some of you, there's an energy that's trying to get you to think about them all the time. And that's because they're pulling on your energy. Somehow there was a cord that was attached. Maybe you agreed, maybe you took a gift from them, and there wasn't an even energy exchange. So therefore, they're able, since they gave you a gift and you didn't give anything in return. Not like energy exchange can be a compliment, can be helping somebody, but it seems like so all you have to do is tell yourself, like, I don't know why I'm even thinking about them. It's because they're intruding your thoughts. It's like Inception. Send it away. I had it happen twice yesterday, and today, nothing. Thank you, Thunder. Thank you, Zeus. and all you other beautiful beings that have existed throughout history that are actually all in the now. If you know, you know. I don't know why the music isn't on. Okay. We're going to do some Insta Tarot. It's the Instagram one. I don't know why. I just randomly pulled it. $9.99 could be significant. All right, we don't want copyrights. Let's turn it down. Okay. Again, tap your thalamus gland anytime you need your nervous system to calm down. Just do it. If anybody looks at you, who the hell cares? I do the craziest things in public now. Now that I know why I was doing it, I guess I always needed a why, because people would shame me. Why are you doing that? Why are you tapping? Why are you doing this? Turns out I was alchemizing energy. Maybe you have a kid that does that. Maybe a new perspective on looking at your kids and how they move. Maybe ADHD, neurodivergent, maybe you are too. All the little fickle things that you do, you're actually doing things for spirit. So look at it in a completely different way, because you're the Nine of Pentacles. You have it going on. You're able to tap in. You're able to communicate with birds. My parrot always knows how to brighten my day. Such a great listener. Best friend, joyful moments. You are such a great listener. Spirit wants you to know that you are such a great listener, because the cards that came out, it's undeniable that you are following Spirit's lead. You left a toxic situation. You're communicating with your kids, or that is your intention, which this is your answer or confirmation. Definitely eating more high vibrational foods and colorful foods. Anything like I don't even eat squash, but guess what? I got a butternut squash, and I got another one, a small yellow one, and a zucchini, and best believe I'm gonna be eating some colors, okay? Because I'm guided to. Oh, and look at that. Red and yellow. Oh, and green and blue. So yeah. You left a situation, you declared your independence. What is the second line, Spirit? Five of Cups, signs and symbols of the grief of this this feeling of loss energy. This is coming up for the collective right now, because it's a energy that needs to be moved through, because in our pain body, energy gets stuck, just like with Mother Gaia. And this is the time that we're being asked to help move through this energy. See, with focus and clarity, show me what I need to see. When you ask Spirit, hey, why are we experiencing this energy? Why is this card coming out? What can I do to help it? And again, this is coming up with ask and tell your children the truth with how you feel. If you're feeling this loss, you're feeling this grief, communicate that to them. Do not trauma dump. I am not talking about trauma dumping. I'm talking about being honest and vulnerable and letting them know, like, hey, mommy, daddy is feeling a little sad today, or I did something that I wasn't really proud of, and I'm just trying to heal it and understand it. Maybe it's not weakness, it's strength. And our children will be much more stronger if they realize that it's okay, because then they won't take it personally, and they won't be like, oh my god, like nobody else feels this way, everybody else has a happy face on. No, those are masks, baby. Not everybody is happy. A lot of people put on these fake masks because they want it to seem pretty on the outside, okay? It's like that rotten apple that he ate, and he got to the middle and it was not good in the middle. Some people just put on a facade, all right? Be aware of this. All right, Spirit. Wow, I see you moving forward. We have the Chariot and the Queen of Cups, and this is coming up under, oh, I didn't read that. You're right. Spirit communicates through your kids. Watch for those GMOs and be careful what you eat. You are only afraid because it's unfamiliar, but you're still going to move forward. So I'm going to do one more example. when I actually gave this example to my son. Believe it or not, the other day I said when he was first born, I started breastfeeding. It was so uncomfortable. I was not somebody that was used to mouths on my breastises. So it was very weird and very like, ugh, like almost cringe. But I knew that it was much more beneficial for him to breastfeed than me being comfortable. This is an example of like, you know, you don't want to force yourself to do anything you don't want to do. But when it benefits our children, when it benefits ourselves, not only was I going to save money, formula, my nephew actually did formula and he ended up having to have a major surgery when he was a baby. I don't like formula because when they show you a mice, like putting formula under a microscope and then breast milk is active and alive. It's that food from the sun, because you are the sun. You're giving your children nourishment, and it sucks the fat off of you. If you breastfeed, it literally sucks all the fat that you gained during pregnancy. You know what I mean? Like, people are complaining like, oh, I had a baby, but you didn't breastfeed and you kept the weight. That's why. Okay. I know, love and compassion. So, moving forward, the Chariot. The quest for the perfect cotton candy is on, and we're not slowing down until we get it. The Chariot is in the driver's seat, ready to take us to sweet heaven. My cat, maybe small, but he has the biggest personality and makes my heart so full. Oh, this is so sweet. It's like, it's so unfamiliar and afraid, and you're uncomfortable, but you're moving forward. It's like, okay, maybe you've never bought these types of foods before, but you're learning. Maybe you've never been this open with your children or asked them questions and let them talk and teach you lessons, because our children are teachers. They really are. They really are. Good for you. I love to see this. This is cool. Okay, last one with paradigm shift. Paradigm shift. No freaking way. Oh my God, I feel like we need one more. We have the Temperance and the Hangman. Major arcana coming up at the end with this huge paradigm shift. The ineffable energy, the awakening, the blue star, stargazer. Oh my God. I heard morning star storage. So your morning star was like in storage for some reason. You had the Nine of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups. 99. What did I say? 999 is significant. Holy crap. I feel like you're also you're alchemizing some kind of energy to gain a new perspective on what your wish fulfillment is going to be, or what it is. Maybe you, for some, there might be wish fulfillments that we thought was going to be for our best and our highest good, or for our purpose, and it's not. And I see you kind of surrendering this and understanding this with spirit. This could actually be this way. A new perspective is being alchemized into your wish fulfillment. That's what I'm getting. Yeah. The Hangman. Being stuck isn't always a bad thing. You were never stuck. You were never stuck. You're not stuck. Sometimes it's a reminder to slow down, be present, and trust that the universe has a plan. It has a plan because it's putting you through a shift, a huge shift. Temperance, indulging in heavenly elixirs at the bar. But let's not forget the virtue of temperance. Sip responsibly, my friends. Ooh. Yes, be very responsible during this shift, okay? Don't get a little too carried away. Remember breathing, because it will be very intense on your nervous system. It's like a Kundalini awakening, basically. Moderation is key. Absolutely. Everything in moderation. And before an enlightenment, you chop wood, and after an enlightenment, you chop wood. 2939. The Nine of Cups. Feeling satisfied and grateful For all the orders coming in for our limited edition, get yours now before they're all gone. Holy crap. So there in the spiritual, there are those who are putting in offers, like order offers to work with you. That's very clear. Because you're a limited edition. There's not many like you at all. You're an earth angel. You're an earth angel. Pisces energy, Sagittarius energy, Cancer energy, Virgo energy. This is so fun. I'm so happy. Okay. Where do you want to go? That would be a long read though. We're going to end this off with an oracle to tie it all together, because you just need to sit pretty and pamper yourself and pay, keep paying attention to what's going on and what's being revealed to you in your external, because you've done the work. You're doing great. And this one is definitely speaking to me. The wandering heart. You could have felt like you were just a wandering heart, like you've been wandering around aimlessly, but everything's about to come together. Everything's going to connect. Everything's going to make sense. Every time like you had no idea why they were acting a certain way, you're going to start understanding it, because you're understanding yourself and your power and what you went through. And this paradigm shift is really intense and amazing. Sacrifice. And we did just have the Hangman, which does talk about sacrifice. So there might be something you need to sacrifice, or you've already done that. Oh, I don't like to see the deer shot. Solitude. You might have, oh God, you might have to sacrifice your solitude. Oh, but then we have stillness. You're welcome. Somebody just said thank you. Solitude, still, a lot of S's. So we have 4, 6, 36. SSS, sacrifice, solitude, stillness. The Fool, heads up. Water bearer, like water bearer. You see that? Oh, something's in my eye. The Fool, sacrifice, solitude, stillness. There's something you need to sacrifice in order to go into solitude and stillness. Because you're about to start something new. You're about to start a whole new chapter. And they, heads up, celebration. I told you. Oh my God. Follow your heart, because there might, I think this is a heart orgasm though. Because when we go through a paradigm shift and all the spiritual signs and awakening, and yeah, you're going to have a heart orgasm. You're going to have a heart orgasm. Okay, we're going to read Sacrifice, since that was the first one to come out. Yeah. That was interesting. May your sacrifices be acknowledged and appreciated. So you are acknowledging all the sacrifices and everything that you've been through and you've done. Servant Godspeed. You are being called to introduce new themes of healing to your community. You are being pulled to teach others how to love themselves for once. This is not about you and you only. However, you will not be able to guide a soul if you yourself are still wandering. This is a time to become a recluse. Reserve your vitality for the most significant of things. Master stillness. Share what you've learned when the time is right. What did I say about knowing when to actually share with others, and when others are just trying to get energy, trying to get a rise out of you, trying to get information, trying to get ideas, because you are amazing. So start realizing that and just, graciously be like, no, I'm good. Thank you. Because it's creating energy cords. You feel the urge to shed several layers. Prepare yourself for a unique journey, a course you never anticipated. Pay attention to your dreams. There, you'll meet an overflowing number of messages that will advise you. The key is to be so abnormally aware that no sign gets past you, whether conscious or subconscious. Manage your stress. This is new for everyone. Grant yourself the blessing to shed and surpass the current place you are in. This way, you'll be ready to enlighten. So this just confirmed this whole reading. You left knowing when to protect your energy, knowing when to give and when not to give. And the enlightenment, like, come on. That's amazing. In a current place, it doesn't always mean moving. Sometimes it can, because the Chariot is here, which talks about movement. But I feel like that is just being confident in who you are and what you know, and moving forward with love, because it has the Queen of Cups here. But at the, like, you are about to have this huge understanding of why your boundaries needed to be put in place. Not, and again, the card was just talking about signs and symbols, conscious or subconscious. And I feel like whoever you are, this is what you do. Be confident and loving in yourself, because you are doing an amazing job, okay? I love you, the universe loves you, and everything's working out for your best and your highest good. Until next time, guys.